Hey, what's up? Hear me now? Yeah, like I said, I was just testing some stuff out. But you said the Warriors lost to the Pelicans? So, wait, was that today? Wait, let me look. Because I don't remember if the Warriors. Or was that yesterday that the Warriors lost to the Pelicans? Oh, yesterday. But more importantly, they clinched the 10. They clinched play in, right? I mean, tomorrow's like the last. I think tomorrow's the last day for everybody. So I do think. Yeah, I do think the. Yeah, tomorrow's the last day. And I do. The Warriors have to have clinched because Houston has lost a few games too. I'm gonna take a quick look. I don't even. Other than the one, I know the one seed is up for grabs in the West, but I was trying to think of what else. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't think that I didn't think that Steve Kerr would need to play any Warrior players because I don't know if they're locked into the 10 seed, but they're in the play-in. So, yeah, there would be no need. I mean, those guys are getting older too. Yeah, probably. Let me see. Looking at the standings. No, actually. Okay, so the Warriors and the Kings are both 45 and 36, and the Lakers are 46 and 35. So the Suns are straight. The Suns are 7, but the Kings and the Lakers, actually I'm surprised. It must be, let's see. I wonder what the tiebreaker is because right now they have the Lakers at 8th, the Kings ninth, and the Warriors 10th. So the Warriors must not be able to get out of 10th place. Oh wow, it's evening time there. Yeah, it's early. It's really early in the morning here. So yeah, I was just shooting around a little bit. The Wizards, we do have a game today closing the season against Boston, and actually, the Wizards here in our simulation have already clinched the one seed. So there's really nothing much for the Wizards to. There's not really much for the Wizards to play for, really. At least our Wizards. And actually, I guess actually for the real Wizards too. I mean, the real Wizards they don't have anything much to play for either. I think they're locked. Well, maybe they're not locked. Yeah, I guess okay. So they're not. If the Wizards lost again, I don't know what the tiebreaker would be, but the Wizards are one game in real life are one game better than the Pistons. So I guess the Wizards could, in theory, clinch the worst record in the NBA. I mean, that's not something they'd want, obviously, but yeah, what 5:30 tomorrow? Oh yeah, 5:30 in the morning. Ooh, yeah, that's rough. But you gonna check that out? I mean, it's not they're not playing for anything, so and the play-in game for them, if they're the 10 seed, the play-in game for them should be Wednesday. Well, Wednesday U.S. time. So I guess it would be probably Thursday, real early Thursday morning for you, most likely. So yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, for you it should be Wednesday. So the first games will be Wednesday, and the second games would be Thursday, and the Warriors would be in that second game. Yeah, I could understand you not being awake for that. because that would be that would be really early in the morning for you. So yeah, I could totally understand that. But the Warriors aren't in a great position either. If they lose, they're out. At least the way it looks like right now. So if they lose in that play-in, they're out. At least that's what I think. Because I don't think, again, I just don't know the tiebreakers. I don't know how they could get out of the out of those other positions there, out of that 10th seed. So the Suns are definitely 7. Lakers are 46 and 35. The Kings are 45 and 36. And that's the same record the Warriors have. So if the Warriors win and the Kings lose, wait, who are the Warriors playing tomorrow? Oh, you said no. They played who are they playing tomorrow? Because if they, I wonder, is it not worth it for them to play? Because if they win and the Kings lose, they would still be. Well, no, both teams would be. I guess the Warriors don't care about being at home. It doesn't matter. I guess that's my assumption. I'm not sure on that. Yeah, you probably would have to watch those highlights, though, because, like I said, I know that's really early in the morning for you. But for the, but it looks like it's otherwise all the drama out west is for the 1 seed. Oh, Steph got hurt. They definitely gonna rest Steph then because they're gonna need him on Wednesday, most likely. I'm going on the assumption that the Warriors are going to be the 10 seed and definitely in the play-in. So with that, they would be playing on Wednesday. I believe that's correct. I think the 9-10 game is on Wednesday, the 7-8 game, and that's U.S. time. 7-8 game would be on Tuesday in the 8-9 game. I'm sorry, 7-8 game on Tuesday, 9-10 game on Wednesday. So that's what I think. If you have to be checking us out, this is Season Long Baller. And on the channel, we play a full 82-game schedule of the Washington Wizards. And what you're seeing here, we're just shooting around a little bit because the Wizards, our Wizards in our simulation, are entering our final game today. So you might want to check that out a little bit later on today against the Boston Celtics in Boston. We've clinched the 1 seed, and so we're going to be basically waiting to see how this play-in tournament plays out. Yeah, Steph has to rest, but we have to see how this play-in tournament plays out. So all this week on the channel, we're going to do what we did on NBA 2K23, which was the Simcast Live, I think is how they call it, kind of a simulated game. The players are kind of represented by, it looks like coins, and it's just the games are simulated. So we'll have the 7-8 game for us, which will be Chicago. Well, it'll be between Chicago and Boston. It's just a matter of where it's going to be because it's like a game difference separating the two teams in our simulation. So it's not. I'm assuming it's not a serious injury for Curry. So him getting the rest, he'll be able to play a couple days from now. But for our simulation, yeah, we'll do the Simcast Live this week. And it'll be a 7-8 game, and then the 9-10 game on Wednesday, U.S. And then on Friday, it will be the loser of the 7-8 game against the winner of the 9-10 game. And obviously that's what it works. That's how it works in real life as well. So yeah, that's really relevant, obviously, for you as a Warriors fan. You know, if they lose that first game on Wednesday, U.S., then they're out. Period. If they're the 10 seed, and I don't think they're gonna get out of. If Kerr is resting them, he probably doesn't feel there's an advantage. So I'm thinking for sure he is going to be that they're going to be like the 9 or the 10, and that's probably just a difference of who's at home. And if things kind of hold as they are right now, they will be traveling just up the road anyway. They'll be traveling to Sacramento. So if you're new to the channel, this is SeasonLongBaller, and we have, as I've mentioned, we simulate the entire 82-game schedule. We did that last season on NBA 2K23 through our player build that we're shooting around with right now, Jaymont Summerz. 6'5" point guard that we built on NBA 2K23, and basically started him as a 78. Didn't want him better than anyone else in the draft class. Yes, I appreciate that, man. I really do. But we didn't want him to be better than anyone else in the draft class, so he's like a 78. He was a 78 overall, and I think Paolo Banchero was like a 78 or 78, I believe. But this season, we've improved a little bit. We're at 85 now overall. Again, I really thank you for the sub. And I do think the Warriors, if they're healthy, they have a shot in that play-in. Now, I don't know if I think they'll go further, but in the play-in, they're perfectly capable of beating the Kings. And for the Kings, unfortunately, I don't know if Monk going to be back, because he got hurt. And I think the Kings really need him, and I think he got hurt. And I don't know, I didn't catch how severe the injury was. Because if that injury was serious and they don't have him, I think the Kings are in trouble. Now, for you, that's great, because the Warriors, I think that gives the Warriors a much better chance to win that game, regardless of if they're on at home or on the road. And for the Wizards, in our simulation here, since we are the 1 seed, what we will do is we will mirror the 1 seed out east in real life, which is the Boston Celtics. So since the real Wizards, obviously, we mirror the Wizards' schedule during the season. But since the Wizards didn't make the playoffs, which we've known that for quite a while, we're going to mirror the 1 seed in the East, and that's the Boston Celtics. So when the Boston Celtics play in real life, we'll try to play as well, as close as we possibly can. So yeah, I think Curry will represent in the playoffs. But again, like we talked about last time, he's going to need help. He's probably going to need a lot of help, and I think they'll do well in the play-in, but I just don't know if they get out of the play-in, how much damage will they do in the playoffs? I'm not sure. So again, just shooting around. You got the game against the Celtics just a little bit later on today. Now, what happens if the Warriors get eliminated? What if they get eliminated? If they lose, you got a particular team or player that you want to win? If the Warriors can't get the ring, I mean, I think that is unfortunately, I think that's a real possibility. Because I don't see them going far. So you have to tell me who you think, if they win, I mean if they lose, where are your loyalties going at that point? Ah, cool. Thank you for joining. Wow, I missed that one too. Yeah, you have to tell me though, who are you gonna pull for if the Warriors get eliminated? Now we're gonna work on the assumption right now that they're not gonna get eliminated, right? But if they do, what are you thinking? Because unfortunately, I still think that's a possibility. Sounds good. Although here it's breakfast time, so that sounds good, but not for breakfast right now. And honestly, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals? Who's going to be the champion this season? I'm thinking out east. I definitely think east is going. Boston's coming out of the east. Now out west, if everybody stays healthy, I think I'm gonna put my money on Denver. Golden State Warriors, huh? I am definitely gonna have to do a live stream. I'm definitely gonna have to do a live stream next week because if they get eliminated, I want to know who you're gonna pull for. Now I'm not trying to curse them. If they do well, they do well. But if they get eliminated, you got to tell me who you're pulling for. But I think no hate, but I do think Denver is going to come out the West. With my dark horse is still Dallas. Dallas has been on a roll. There was a point Dallas was back in the play-in, and now they're fifth. Oh, school holidays. Okay. But I think Dallas is fifth now, and they're going to take on the Clippers in the first round. And I'm going to call it now. I think they're going to beat the Clippers in the first round. So that means they'll face Denver, who I think Denver can beat them. I think Denver is the better team out of those two. So Denver will advance. And I think, because I'm going to go ahead and say that Denver will beat whoever comes out of well, actually, you know what? That's making an assumption, too. That's assuming that Denver is going to finish as the 1 seed. They already messed up that first opportunity. They lost to San Antonio. What was that? They lost to San Antonio Friday. So they messed up the 1 seed right there. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they are going to get the 1 seed today. They will clinch it, just not in the fashion that they probably wanted to, but they're going to clinch it. So with that, I think they'll be the 1 seed. They'll beat whoever comes out of the play-in in the 8 seed. Then I think they'll beat Dallas because I'm going to say that Dallas beats the Clippers in their first-round matchup. And I guess if I'm going to go talk about the playoffs all the way through, let me see, who do I think is going to come out of the other side of the bracket on the West? That'll be interesting because if the Nuggets finish as the 1 and the Timberwolves and the Nuggets are 2 and 3. I'm sorry, Timberwolves and Thunder are 2 and 3. Who do I think will win between the Thunder and the Timberwolves? And Karl Anthony Towns is back. That's a tough one. I'm not sure who I think will win that one. I think I am going to lean Timberwolves on that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I think is it a week break? Is it a full week? I'm going to lean and say that I think it's how many days how many holidays? How many days you got? I think it's going to okay, so I'm going to say Western Conference Finals, Denver and Minnesota. Now, the East is Boston and somebody. And I can find reasons why I don't think particular teams are going to make it. I think it's more difficult to find some. 2 weeks. Nice. I think it'll be more difficult to find someone that's to face the Celtics because the Bucks have been like broken all season. They've had issues all season long. And they have to have a healthy Giannis to do damage. So I guess I don't know if I like Milwaukee coming out of the East. And the Knicks are beat up too. Like I would really give the Knicks a really good shot if Randall was healthy. If OG Anunoby was healthy. So man, I'm trying to think of who I think is going to come out the East because I think Boston's coming out of the East, but I'm trying to think who are they going to play. And I think it's going to be, I want to say Milwaukee, but Giannis is hurt. I would love to say the Knicks, but they're beat up. Jalen Brunson is a great player, but I think there are limits to even what he can do. I'm trying to think of who I think will. I don't trust the Magic yet. I don't trust the Pacers yet. I can't say I trust the Cavaliers either. I mean, somebody has to come out the East. I guess you're thinking, well, season long baller, you should just pick the Miami Heat again. But I admit, granted, I didn't believe in the Heat last season either. But I'm not so sure I see the Heat coming out and making the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not sure I see that this time. But I admit I'm kind of running out of candidates. I keep dismissing everybody except the Celtics. And do the Sixers have a 100% healthy Joel Embiid? He just got back. And granted, the Sixers are obviously a way different team with him. But I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see if Jaymont Summerz can pick up the MVP in our simulation. I think he's got a really good shot. But what was it? A couple weeks ago, Jakob Poeltl got the Eastern Conference Player of the Week after that week I had. Yeah, you have to check out that week against the Bucks. The Lakers was the live stream. Then we played then we played Portland. Yeah, Portland and Toronto. That was a great week. Didn't get Player of the Week. So I'm not going to sit here and just assume I'm going to get MVP. We'll see how 2K does me. 2K might do some 2K things, and I might not get the MVP. But we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and say West, it is going to be Denver and Minnesota, with Denver winning. And out East, and apologies to you because I don't think the Warriors are going to get to the finals, unfortunately. And out East, I think it's going to be Celtics. Man, this is tough. I think Celtics. You know what? I'm going to say Celtics Knicks. That's what I'm going to go with. Celtics Knicks. Without Giannis, I can't say the Bucks. And we. It's good that the Bucks are in the playoffs and not the play-in. So, yeah, I think I need the MVP too. We'll just see what 2K says, and we'll know a little bit. Probably we'll do that video, the awards video. Probably we'll do that in the podcast like after the season, most likely. You know, the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, all that stuff in our simulation. Although, I mean, granted, Wemby will probably be the Rookie of the Year in our simulation, too. He's basically led, whatever 2K calls it, their voting or whatever, he's basically led that the whole way as well. So I figure he's going to get that. But I'll go on Knicks and Celtics in the real East, and Celtics will win that. And then we'll go Denver-Boston in the finals, and Denver beat Boston. I believe Denver beat Boston both times that they played in real life. So it's not a foregone conclusion that they'll win. Yeah, I am good. I am good. Like I said, just getting a couple shots up. I'm good. Oh, I want that shot to go in. But it didn't. Can't get that step back to fall. I haven't been consistent on that step back all season. I did get one of them to fall in during one of the games. I think it was. Yeah, I got that one. I can't remember if it was Minnesota. No, I don't think it was Minnesota. Who was that? Was it Memphis? No, maybe, I think it was the Spurs. I think it was the first matchup during the season with the Spurs that we were able to get that step back to fall in. But I know we shot an air ball on one, too. So maybe that was the Pistons where we shot the air ball. But, yeah, it's early in the morning here. So it's you were talking about your meal earlier. This is definitely breakfast time for me. I'm thinking sausage and eggs. So, yeah, but we have, so this week on Season Long Baller, we'll have the game against the Celtics today, and then on airball, and then on tomorrow we will have the Season Long Podcast number 56, playoff preview edition, basically, and then we'll do the Simcast live on Tuesday for the 7-8 game, on Wednesday for the 9-10 game, and then on Friday we will have the loser of the 7-8 game versus the winner of the 9-10 game. And then that'll set your playoffs. And I suspect that the real Boston Celtics will be in action on Sunday as the 1 seed out east. That's my guess. And that means that we will be playing whoever our 8 seed is on Sunday as well. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll follow the Celtics. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from the mirror balls. Oh, that might be one. Oh, got it. Oh, that was nice. Maybe I need to quit on that one. That deep step back, yeah, I should have probably quit on that one right there. So that'll be our lineup this week, though. And that was terrible. I definitely can't leave on that shot. There we go. But yeah, that'll definitely be our plan. That'll be the schedule this week. And as I said, just check out the channel. We'll definitely be doing the playoff games, and as I said, we'll probably be mirroring the East Coast, the Eastern Conference teams. And I'm gonna hold you to it because I want to know who you want to win if the Warriors don't. Well, I won't be. Let's see. I'm trying to think if when the Warriors play, I might have to try to jump on real early in the morning. Early in the morning for me, and late, kind of evening, afternoon for you. This is Season Long Baller. And as I said, we play if you're new to the channel, we play the 82-game schedule of the Wizards. And that's who we've been mirroring all season long on NBA 2K23 and on NBA 2K24. And believe it or not, we will do it next season on NBA 2K25. The Wizards will be a worse team in 25. Bagley will be the starting. Most likely, Marvin Bagley III will be the starting center. I think, as odd as it is, Kuzma and Avdia have been the forwards, at least for my Wizards, for the majority of both of the seasons on 2K23 and 2K24. Oh, quarter to 7. Yeah, it's getting later. But I think Kuzma and Avdia might end up being the starting forwards again. Avdia's had some pretty good games in real life this season, so I figure he will be again starting at forward with Kuzma. And then the backcourt, obviously our player bill will be at the point guard, Jaymont Summerz here. But the shooting guard, in our simulation, Daniel Crawford got hurt against, wasn't the Mavericks, it got hurt back in November. And when that happened, the computer, Unseld Jr., changed our lineup and benched Jordan Poole. So I guess that was a foreshadowing of what would happen in real life. But Poole got benched, and DeLon Wright, who's now playing for the Miami Heat in real life because he got bought out by the Wizards, DeLon Wright became our starting two guard, and that's been the lineup for all Wizards. Koulibaly, the first round, the lottery pick last season, he's coming off the bench in our simulation. I don't know, maybe he'll be the starting shooting guard. I think he's played a little bit of 2 and a little bit of 3 for the real Wizards. But again, that's kind of getting ahead of ourselves. That's NBA 2K25. That's summer talk. So we'll see. But I think I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for checking us out. And I'll definitely get back on and do another live stream here. I'll probably announce it, but we'll definitely do a live stream. I'm thinking of trying to do a live couple playoff game stream. But definitely we'll do a live stream, if for no other reason, to check in on your Warriors. How's that? So you have a great rest of your day. thank you very much for checking us out. Oh, got to do a floater. There we go. All right, I can leave on the floater. But thank you very much. This is Season Long Baller. We will be playing the Boston Celtics a little bit later on. So I appreciate very much you checking us out and checking us out all week. Don't worry. We'll be back soon. We'll be back here this week. We'll be busy. So we'll definitely be back, though. And we'll see if the Warriors, again, we'll have to monitor the Warriors together. So, but that's it for Season Long Baller. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will definitely be talking to you again soon. That's it for Season Long Baller. Peace.